Summertime had come to the island of Sodor, and the engines were busier than ever. Even James, who realized that his trucks were being loaded of supplies to take away. Oh boy, this is going to be the most fun part of all times. Many people have been doing this. People have been coming from far and wide. At last, Thomas popped back to Sodor. Phew! I'm back. So there. Well, it's good to be back, I suppose. Oh, look, Mr. Oliver. Mr. Thomas has returned. Toad, I thought it was Nico this whole time. I suppose. No, really. Oliver and Toad had arrived at the docks to see Thomas back. They were so amused. Then they saw something. Oh, it's nice to be back, eh, Finn? Yes, it sure is. You got me from the mainland at court. And now I'm here. I guess. Oliver and Toad were amazed. Look at that, Toad. Finn's back, along with Gary. I wonder what they'll do next. You'll just have to wait and see. I don't understand, Mr. Oliver. It might be Finn, but he looks like someone else, I guess. Later, a man named Ansel came to the yard. He saw everything, and then he thought, oh, look at that. I'll just have to go and see for anything. It could be very nice to do so. Oh, yeah. I've been here too. Nico was the one with Annie and Clarabelle. Oh, yeah? Oh, we'll see about that. Now then, time for the next lesson. Well, what you going to do with me is something naughty, eh? Meanwhile, James was just waiting to go when Stanley puffed in. Hello, James. Hello, Stanley. I might say, I might take care if I were you. Well, Stanley, if this wasn't for me, I remember when I had to shunt some trucks of coal all the way down to the docks, and it made me all dirtier still, which was a mistake. I would know what to happen next. Well, James, you better know about this. You have to be very careful around the tracks, or else you might get into a disaster, but who knows when. Meanwhile, Finn and Gary were still nervous about this. They thought otherwise. Well, Finn, maybe it's about time we taught Samuel Jones a lesson. Yes, one of these days, he'll be back on the mainland once and for all. But he was wrong. Nico thought otherwise. Then came trouble. Nico started moving. Help! Help! I've been hijacked! Oh no. Somebody hijacked your railway. Thomas, you have got to go and save him. All right, I'm on my way. And Thomas was. Don't worry, Nico. We're coming along. And they were. Then James started to move from the yard. He was on his way, and suddenly, oh no, Thomas! James put on his brakes as hard as he could, but too late. Oh no! He went right off the rails, and his trucks came derailed as well. All of them. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but James had to wait to be lifted back on the rails. Thomas tried to catch up to Nico as quickly as he could, and then he managed to do so. He buffeted up to Nico, and then both crews shut off steam. A figure toppled off of Nico's cab and walked out of existence. Thank you, Thomas. You saved me once and for all. You've been a good help. Yes, Nico, you sure were. I could have realized about this. Someone will be coming down pretty soon, I expect. Just then, Arthur arrived to pick up Ansel. Well, Ansel, you've been making a lot of mistakes earlier. I'm very confused. Oh yes, it sure is. Well, we better take you away. I have something else to do. I have to talk to Murdoch about this. So, Ansel boarded the coach as softly as he could, and Arthur wheezed happily away. And Thomas and Nico puffed happily together away. Soon, they lifted James back onto the rails. Thanks, James. You did a good pleasure. Oh, it was nothing, Jim. I would realize about those trucks pushing me right off the track. And so James continued on his way. Later, Finn praised Nico. Well, Nico, you've been a really good engine. Yes, indeed, I am. I know something about. Anyway, you'll be receiving a pair of coaches. Yes, Finn. You really are. Indeed he is, Thomas. I sure am going to receive my pair of coaches, but I just never know what to do next. The other engines gave him a welcome. Welcome to Sodor, Nico. Yes, indeed. Nico was happy to be on Sodor.